Hello everyone, how you doing today? Oh my gosh, I tell you what, I did a search on the workshop for Skaar, just to see what was there because I've been seeing a lot of entries by a bunch of different authors. In fact, on the description of this video, I'm going to show, well, I'm going to just list all the links that I found. And I've got a lot of these things spawned here. Some I didn't spawn because they're remakes of particular crafts for Reforged Eden. To start with, though, I just wanted to show you some updates that I've been doing to the Skaar Cerberus. I messed with the front end quite heavily over here. Added this little guard shield in front of here. I changed the front glass around to be a little bit more like the original the original Cerberus, not a Skaar Cerberus. And I've been working on some other rooms in the ship as well and getting more stuff done. It's still not ready though. It's still, I need to put several more hours into the ship before it's complete. I haven't done LCDs or things like that yet, and I'm not quite fully done rebuilding some of these rooms. Now I started working, well, this area needs to be finished up. I got to finish up the bridge a little bit more. I did start getting another floor up in here, but I've got some ideas on things I want to add out in this section yet that aren't there yet. So that's happening, and then I've got like some crew area over here that's not done yet either. So it's getting there though. I kind of got the general layout in place here. In other rooms, this actually goes out to this back room here too. I kind of refurbished this area. And what else is there in the ship? I think that's about it. Now in the front, I'm not entirely sold on my little spotlights that I added here. I was trying to get some kind of fang thing going on there, and I wanted to get rid of the froggy look, and I wanted it to kind of look fierce. So it's kind of more of a patch of like I modded it essentially. Added some more stuff up here, but yeah, I kind of like it. It's a little blunt on the front, but hey, that rhymes. But that would also in game give you more protection, especially from front on stuff. Now you got a double layer of protection here from the view from the cockpit. Looks about like this. I know these side ones over here are turned, or you'd say the wrong direction. I did that so I could like line them up and kind of make them fit better. Oh, I missed some textures back there. And that is, I don't know. I don't mind it. I'm just curious what you guys think. So anyway, on the workshop and Skaar, a whole lot of stuff was found. I mean, really a whole lot of stuff was found. Some I knew about and some I just didn't get around to showing yet. First thing I'm going to do though is take a look at one of the biggest new things here, and this is a refit by Darth Zaphod. Oh my god, I did it again. This is the Skaar Nemesis, and this is up on the workshop. It is it's a battleship essentially, or the original name of the ship was a Nemesis battle cruiser, and it looks like I ran out of juice. Hold on a second, let's give you some juice. Now from the original, this one did climb up one full size class. The original was size class 8, this one is a size class 9, and that's almost expected. If you're going to put more detail into a ship, it tends to raise the size class, but that doesn't necessarily mean it costs more. In fact, a lot of times they're actually cheaper than the original versions. But let's take a little walk through this ship and see what this looks like now here. In fact, I'm gonna do the lighting thing here to give it the full lighting effect going on here. So, God, it's been a while since I did the Nemesis, so I'm trying to familiarize myself with the original layout, and I think this is pretty similar. For some reason, the hangar seems bigger, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's the same size it was. For some reason, I thought the Nemesis had a little bit smaller hangar in it, but I was always big into hangars, and it's a pretty big ship. But anyway, everything in this ship looks like it's redone. It's updated with all the newer stuff. You have a medical bay over here, your O2 and health station. Same, I think this is similar to how the original one was with repair bay, I believe. It's been a while, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just taking a look at all the detail and the stuff in it, and yeah, Darth here is he knows how to do the Skaar. He really does. I mean, so much of it looks like, you know, it's like, what have I done there? Oh, about the same thing. So that is really cool. Oh man, and even kept this. This was just a joke that I added in on Pat's version of self-destruct for fun. But yeah, he redid that, and the signs, the LCDs over here. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's keep moving on. Now this should just directly go out the front door. Yep, and that would work the same. Go up the elevator here to the next floor. So 2. Now this floor, well, been a while. Okay, so this floor would get into the farm section, and this looks pretty similar, except scarified. That's another new word, I think. And then, oh, this area looks way different here. Yeah. Wow, this area looks way different. So what is this? It's like an alternative bridge. Now, one thing I'm concerned about, I'm wondering if I don't have the latest version of this. I bet you I don't. I bet you on the workshop one, I bet you this is more finished off. Son of a gun. I might have to show this one again. I just realized that I took what I had, which was a work in progress version, and not the finalized version on the workshop. I think this one was pretty close to being done, but it might not be all the way there. So I would imagine that the workshop version is more tweaked out than what you're looking at now. Crap, wish I would have had that one. So yeah, just kind of running through here. Oh yeah, the old cafeteria area in the Nemesis. And then these elevators loop back down into the hangar area. Very cool. And then let's see, up here we had some crew rooms. Oh, you know, I bet you this isn't done yet. Son of a gun. Sorry about that, Darth. I gotta update my stuff here. But what I can tell, though, I mean, it looks like I mean, everything's been gone through, and this must have again taken quite a lot of time to do. Yeah, so I bet you I don't have the finalized version here. I bet you there's probably more stuff in all these rooms. Darn it! Darn it! Well, I'll try to show it again and get the right version in a recent video or a new video soon. Now, also, Darth Zaphod. Zaphod. He has built a new landing pad, a giant Skaar landing pad. And check out the detail in the framework that you can visibly see on the bottom of this. It looks really good. Same, I'm sure it was probably built similar to how I built the other landing pads too, where you start with like a chunk and you make a section and then you copy and paste them. The requirement of having these legs is really honestly a requirement. If you don't, these things are way too big, where finding enough flat terrain to put them on is nearly impossible in game, even in creative modes. Speaking of creative mode, this is a planet from Scarly's Anvil creative scenario, which is on the workshop. This is one of many planets. In fact, you can see a couple more planets off on the horizon here, and I do believe he has plans to add more planets to it. So I figured I'd do like a desert type of theme on this one. But anyway, back to this this landing pad, and obviously you're probably seeing a bunch of other ships here too. Now, very cool design. Big landing pad. It has a ramp up in the center here. Looks like we have some native storage on here, so about 100K storage built into it. Repair console. Now on the final version too, I believe he set this as a tier 2, and it does not include the repair bay, but it would have like marked locations to add that in. So it'd be a little bit cheaper and easier to spawn, and then you add in the the console in the repair bay. And now I know this is up on the workshop as well right now. Now on other things that I was looking through, let's get over into here. Let's see, is this it looks kind of updated. So then the StrifeHD has made a number of Skaar creations. And this, now I showed this one already, and I believe I showed this one already. Apologize if these are not the updated versions too. I'm not sure. I was going through a lot of stuff earlier today, and I think that some of them, although I resubscribed to a bunch of these and whatnot, I'm not sure if they actually updated on my computer. We did see this already, this already, this already, and this already. But moving on over here, here are three little Skaar bike-like creations. I guess they're all a little bit similar in some ways. But what we have here, and these are by author JBeard84. So we have the lock, stock, and barrel. So Skaar lock, Skaar stock, and Skaar barrel. And they're essentially, it looks like three different variations of a Skaar like bike creation. Very, very cool. Very cool. I just thought I'd show those. I found those. I didn't even know they're out there, honestly. I'm a little behind on Steam comments as well. So if anybody gave me a heads up on this, I got to go through all those and check them out. Now this is something else. It was Skaar creation. This is by Old Wolf, called the Skaar Skate. And keep in mind, I got links to all these plus a whole bunch more that I will have in the description of this video, so you can check these out and grab them from the workshop. So this looks like it is a HV. Let's check it out. See what makes this tick inside here. So we got passenger seat, couple fridges, clone chamber, medical bay. Do we have power? No power. All right, let's get that rolling. Of course, oxygen. Let's see what we've got. Oh, harvest storage, 24.5K. That's a nice amount of storage on here. And then we've got ammo storage, 2250. And oh man, another 25K in regular storage. Wow. So this thing has over 50K of storage on it. That is quite impressive. So it's a bigger creation too, and it looks like, yeah, probably, I bet you most of these would be storage blocks. Oh, I don't have a multi-tool here. Very cool. Yeah, there's a link for this one also in the description here. Now this one over here, this is the Skaar Hauler-MK1 for Reforged Eden, and this is by theScriptHD as well. So this is a Reforged Eden craft. Speaking of Reforged Eden, there's a number of links that I'm also listing on the on this video, and they are for Reforged Eden conversions done by Vermillion and a couple other authors. So there's several of them. In fact, I found that a lot of these main Skaar things are available for Reforged Eden, including the Raider, the Crawler, on just a number of different things. Obviously, the Bago. Now this one, I'm not sure if this is up on the workshop or not yet. It just says creator Jay Randall, even though it was redone by another author, and I believe this is by. I need to check something on it. This is by StrifeA, and this was sent to me via Discord. So this is a Reforged Eden version of the Skaar-Bago. It changes the CPU aspect a little bit, so this one looks like it actually comes out in regular and non-Reforged Eden as 210,000 CPU instead of the 200,000 CPU. But yeah, it looks like it's certainly doesn't cost anymore. So Yeah, that is cool. So yeah, this is totally usable, I would believe, in Reforged Eden with the right specs. It doesn't look like it was they took any liberties to modify the ship besides make it work with Reforged Eden. Oh, a couple missing textures though. I noticed the same thing on my own ships when I run through here, but no, looks good, and that is a viable option for a very cheap, low-cost starter ship for Reforged Eden. Let's see, what else do we got over here? There's just a lot of stuff. Moving on to the next one here. This is the Skaar Mosquito. Now, this is like a SV version, sort of the Raider, from what I can tell. It has a lot of the Raider aspects to it. But it is obviously a lot smaller because it's SV blocks now, and it does not have the hangar that it used to have built into it. Obviously, it's a much smaller ship, so it looks like you've got some your pilot seats or a secondary pilot seat and a couple passenger seats in here. Shield, access to your armor locker. Let's see, what do we got for cargo systems in here? Looks like 11,000 on a regular controller. Over here, drone hatch. Oh, we got a new drone hatch over there. Very cool. And this over here, we've got, looks like, what, 17,000 ammo storage. So a lot of ammo storage on this. Okay, so your armor locker and then your O2's over there. Constructor. Fuel. In through the door here just goes to the cockpit. Oh, it's labeled hot. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it is. It is hot, isn't it? So, okay, so if you walk a little bit to the sides. Oh, that's because of these thrusters right here. Okay. Just trying to see what was making it so brutally hot. This is another one up on the workshop. I just, there's a link also in the, will be a link in the video description for this. Now, this is a Sand Scarab-C. This is, hold on, let me check my reference. It says it's by me, but no, I didn't do this one. Where is it in my list? This is by Nightruler. So this is a modified version. I don't think it was necessarily for Reforged Eden, but it does look like it has some modified cargo storage on it. I would guess here. Let's see, 13,000. Do we got no power here? Oh, we got power. Okay. So I would say it's. I'm sure there's some modifications. I bet you just the some of the storage was upped on it. So we got 1375 on the ammo bay, and then 13. I don't know. Or maybe this is a Reforged Eden version. I'm not 100% sure yet. This is also, if you want to check this one out, it is also up on the workshop and in the. We'll have a link in the video description. All right, so moving on over here, we have the Skaar-MK1. This is by theScriptHD, and this is just another brand new Skaar ship. Take a look at what's going on over here. Actually, it's, might want to just chill and have some dinner at the picnic tables. That's great. Oh, cool. So we've got, looks like access to generators, fuel tanks, all that kind of fun stuff on here. Oxygen, tier block, armor locker, O2 station, Wi-Fi, core. What we got over here? We got ammo of 2250. And what's behind door number 2? Okay, looks like it's got room for, I would guess, a shield right in there. And I wouldn't doubt this might probably has maybe the Pentaxin tank's already in here. Yeah, the 3x3 would definitely give you room for the, or 3x2, I'm sorry, would give you room for a shield, but, oh, and I bet you Pentaxa tank would go right over there. Now, one thing that I would be a little bit concerned about on this ship, too, is the generators technically need to be a full block away from your living space on the inside. Technically, because what happens is if you look at my heat here, heat and radiation being this close to a generator here, I'll get out of God mode just to make sure it's all right here. But if I walk over here, oh, wait a minute. Oh, there it goes. You will get that spike. Let me close the door and see if that still happens. Yeah, it does. Okay, so technically, yeah, you on these, you usually have to embed these in a full block away from where a player can walk to be safe. And if you can't be safe, then usually put up a warning sign or something like that. Just something. And I'm seeing a bunch of LCDs, so I bet you this has some P menu controls on it. So we've got a power save mode, extra lift. Let me turn off the extra lift and power save. Maybe they shouldn't both be on here. What does that do? It's physically moving something. I'm curious, what is that moving? I'm curious. Okay, so if I hit extra lift, okay, so that I would turn on extra thrusters, but power save, I physically hear something moving. I'm not sure what though. Or did that raise these? Hold on. It gets darker when I hit that for sure. But I'm hearing like some louvered doors or something opening up. Huh. It is a mystery. So, I'll have to look at that a little bit later there. So a couple bigger ships over here as well. Start with this guy over here is the Skaar-Illustria-MK1 T2, and this is also by theScriptHD. Oh, look at this! Look at this. So we're into a CV territory here, so much bigger ship. Just checking it out. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Looking very, very Skaarish. Kind of a bulk cruiser. I like these thruster housings in the back over here, especially the use of these different angled blocks around the edges there with the indentation. That looks cool. Oh yeah, this looks really cool too. I like how you integrated the pipe action kind of in with the thruster housings area, and of course, yeah, some big thrusters mounted in there as well. Ooh, look at the interior. Looks like everything's automated on switches. The color palette, I believe, is looking correct. And let's take a look inside of here a minute. Here, I'll do the lighting thing here. Okay, well this one's obviously running a little bit different lighting, so it's a little whiter, I would say, a little brighter. The actual cosmetics in here look pretty Skaar-like though. So what's all in here? Replaced with harvest controller. Oh, there's a 200K controller system. It looks like, okay, so replace that one with harvest controller. Probably if you add in some harvesting, I would assume. Ammo controller, 200K. That is excessive for ammo. Usually, I mean, even on a full-blown battleship, that if it had max turret counts and max weapon counts, well, put it this way, it would give you a lot of space for ammo. It might not be too much. I mean, it's good for a long battle, but that is a lot of storage reserved for ammo. Usually, I won't go past 100K on the biggest battleships ever with ammo. But that is cool. You know, the more the merrier. If you got the space for it, that is very cool. So it looks like, oh yeah, well, but that's not it though. Look at this. We've got an input and output, 320K storage controller systems here. Looks like you got a couple constructors and a couple, or probably advanced constructors and a couple small constructors, which is a nice combo. These small constructors can do a lot of ore processing and things, or then you use the bigger ones to build parts and things that you would need the advanced constructors for. Which is a nice setup. And then it also looks like we've got a farm section over here. A little bit different on the farm size. Usually I go 3x3, but probably wouldn't fit. So yeah, this gives you it gives you a nice solid farm section here though. You just got to use a couple extra lights for the space, but that works out just fine. Yeah, fridge section, very cool. Let's see what's over here. Okay, bathroom. And I was just trying to see if there's any way up from here. Probably not until you get to the elevators here. Oh, and check this out. Oh, this looks like it would go to the back landing pad. Wow, look at this room. Huh, that's pretty cool. Oh, this is a big hangar door up here. So a top mounting hangar on the... oh yeah, okay. Okay, so that's pretty slick. And this is where the shield and gravity generator are being housed. And it looks like a bunch of oxygen along the sides. And I bet you this will jet up. Oh no, actually this goes to the bridge. Okay, okay. Or is this the bridge? No, I don't think it's necessarily the bridge here. This is just some passenger seats. Let's go up again here. Ah, here's the bridge. Okay. Oh, very cool LCD in there. Nice view out the front of the ship. And having the bridge back like this would usually keep the pilot or the commander of the ship safer, as in getting in battles against POIs or enemy ships or things like that. They'll usually start targeting turrets and things like that. Speaking of turrets and things like that, do we have, what do we got in P menu control? Okay, so we got sensory guns. Oh, optional for gravity generator, planetary and orbital turrets. That's a nice setup there. So kick them all off. Yeah, gravity generator optional. That's a slick idea. I like that. And then max lift would probably give you more lift power. And a whole lot of retractable turrets popped up here. Which is very, very cool. Now one thing on the back spacing on these three turrets here, these are cool because one can shoot over the other, but on the turret up front here, I'd probably say that this one here would interfere a lot with the rocket launcher behind it because it can't shoot over it. So it'll actually kind of view this as blocked. Even if it turns this way, because of the blocks that come right here, it would also not be able to fire from that direction. So basically, this would be able to fire upward, like in this range here. Just to keep that in note. Yeah, these things get pretty finicky about blocking, but this setup over here is great because each turret is like one block row above the other one, so they don't have anything in their way, so they can fire forward at the targets. So that is just one thing to keep in mind when setting up turret systems and things like that on a ship. Most of the other turrets look like they're fine. I was just kind of checking out there if there's any obstructions in front of these turrets, like out over here, and those are clean. Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool here. This should be clean. I do worry, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that these would disrupt it firing straight back. Like if the turret was facing this way, I think, although these look really cool, I think they would cause the turret not to shoot directly back. It would have to like turn out a little bit this way to be able to fire on the target because of that. Just one of those things to think about when placing the turrets. Some sentry guns up top there. Those are well placed. That would do the job just fine, keeping shooting people trying to get in the hangar. No, very, very cool ship again. And there is a link for this one also on the video description, or will be. This is pretty slick up here too. So we got another landing pad up on the top here too. Just checking that out. Interesting design here. Let's see, and then you got access. You hop in the ship. Oh, and that gets you right to the bridge too. That's convenient. So you can just land, hop in, fly away. That's cool. All right, so let's kick back on some lighting here. And that's not the only one though. So here we got another one, another CV Skaar ship. It's almost like I had a challenge, and these are entries for it because it's just like, wow, there's just a lot of stuff. Let me tell you. And I am also it takes a while to make these blueprint graphics, or a little bit of time each on them. I have a template, but it still takes probably, if I take a screenshot for these and then integrate that in and put in the new graphics for the name and the specs, it probably takes me usually about 15 minutes pop if I like a particular screenshot, or it could take longer to even find that right screenshot for the blueprint. So I am behind on that. I do want to try to get to a lot of this and put out some blueprint graphics, or give them to a lot of these authors that are making the Skaar stuff, if they want to use those or not. It's not really that important. It's just kind of a cosmetic thing for the blueprints. But let's take a look at this one. So we got another CV here. Now turrets on this one look like they're positioned well. Not seeing any blockage at all on those. Doesn't have as many turrets, so this would be probably a let's actually take a look at what we've got here spec wise. So yeah, this one looks like it would be more of a starter. Oh yeah, unlock level 10. 2 hour and 17 minute build time. Only has the 4 turrets and a detector, which makes a lot of sense. CPU, we're at tier 2, which is also very cool. So yeah, this one's not like this is a Skaar CV. Let's take a look at what we got going on in here. Looks like we got a location for a shield. Already has gravity generator in there. We got one. We got 269K storage over here. That was a standard controller. Got a couple elevators going off back. What we've got on this side, 164K on the other side. That was also a input and output. Is this an advanced? You know what? Hold on. I don't have a multi-tool equipped, which is driving me nuts when I want to look at this stuff. Let me find the multi-tool. There we go. Okay. Yeah, advanced constructor. That is cool. I know advanced constructors are quite pricey towards CPU, so that is cool that it does have an advanced constructor. And we got a traditional ammo box. Traditional ammo box would give you 14,000 ammo, which is not bad, really. Yeah, I think that works out pretty good. You could put in a controller system for this, and like an extra controller block, and I think it would give you 16K ammo in the exact same spot. But I also think that this is a little bit cheaper in the overall cost of the ship. It probably won't make much of a difference, but I think it's slightly cheaper. Then we have a medical setup over here. Looks like you've got all that stuff, and it's right by. Oh, this is not the bridge. This is it's like a pilot's room here with a bed. Oh, look at that view. You could just kind of sleep right on the front of the ship here. And then we got our warp core up top over here. Detector, CPU tier block, and core. So a bunch of your critical components right there. Pentaxa tank off to the side. Let's go up these elevators and back here a minute. Okay, so here's the actual pilot seat in the bridge. So the other front one is just a bedroom, essentially. Pretty cool. All the glass is done on there. It gives you kind of a nice view. Fairly vulnerable, but yeah, if you're actually in action with the ship, you'd be back over here piloting it, which is typically a lot safer. So yeah, another very cool one. Definitely. I'm just curious if any of you guys have this problem. I mean, I've been having, you know, when you look at ships and it usually likes to tell you the name of the ship. I wonder if that's just changed. I guess if I point directly at it, it kind of does. But like this one here, it's like it's weird because it will not show me the name. Maybe it's because it's above the landing pad. Same. No, this one does though. That's so weird. I can't even tell you why that is. Why do I just not see the name? Oh well, not a big deal. But yeah, that's basically all the stuff I wanted to show you today. And next time I'm going to show this ship again, but I'm going to grab the official one on the workshop. I'm sorry, I realized too that this one even is the work in progress model, and my bad on that. So that is not 100% done, and yeah, but even, you know, looks very cool. I mean, compared to the original Nemesis, let me get that spawned out here real quick too. Nemesis battle cruiser. It doesn't say when this thing was published here, does it? This thing's old. It's very old now. And yeah, there's the original. Back in the gray scheme that I used. I did use some alternative textures when I made this one, but obviously with the Scar texture theme plus the extra, I don't know, extra detail on the body with all the things like being cut into it and stuff, it does look very cool that way. It just seems to give it more definition, and then you have fluctuations in color and other things that also enhance the looks of it. So yeah, some really cool stuff, and you can get all this on the workshop. I'm going to try to get a lot of this things that I don't have into the collection there. So I keep on adding more and more to the Skaar collection, which is cool, and I'm glad to see so many people are like interested in the Skaar and even making stuff for it. That is very cool. If you do make a Skaar creation, a couple things that I'm looking at, especially to keep everything in unison on the collection, is I do want them to have the right color palette, because quite frankly, one of these days I'm going to probably mess around and maybe create a couple alternative color schemes, and it would be nice if they're usable on all the Skaar stuff, and that's kind of the point of it, and it keeps them all dialed in so they look and fit the part well too. So that is one thing that I'm kind of looking for. And also, if you make something Skaar and you want me to see that, so I can either show it in a video, get it in the collection, whatever. Best way to do it would probably be just go to a Skaar creation that at least I made on the workshop, and just say, hey, I made this ship. Here's a link to the Steam workshop of it, and then I'll be aware of it, and then I go through those periodically and download all this stuff and get them like brought in. And I've got there's just a lot, and it's a weird process that I have to do to grab these. I can't just sub them and they're there, because I'm probably over 1,000 different subs. So what I have to actually do is go to one folder on my hard drive, find the ship based on the ID of it, based off from the workshop page. Take that, make a new folder for the ship, copy it, and then copy it into my own blueprints that are in a different folder on the hard drive. So it's a weird process that I do. I got pretty quick at it, but it's allowing me to not ever have to unsub anything on the workshop. And Steam it's weird. It only limits you to like 200 subs at once. And if you sub to more than that, what happens is when you go to spawn them, you don't see it in your spawn list because it's in alphabetical order, and once it exceeds 200, it starts throwing off anything with down on the alphabet. Like Z's would be the first to go, followed by like X, Y, all those things over there. So when you get to the point, if you sub a bunch of stuff and then suddenly you look at your list and it's like, well, this thing was started with the letter U, but my list only goes to T. Well, that's because you have over 200 subs, and the only thing you can really do about that is well, the way I prefer to do it would be to go into that folder and remove some things where all those files lie on your hard drive, and it's kind of a complicated, weird Steam path that you have to find. I can provide that information as well. I know where they are on my hard drive, and I made shortcuts to them to make it pretty easy when I do this. But yeah, that is a method to get around the wacky rule of you can only sub 200 things at a time. A game like this, and if you've been around for a long time, it's very easy to exceed that. And I've seen so many comments too that have people with problems on the workshop where it's like, hey, I subbed this, but I don't see it in my list, and that's typically the answer every time on why you don't see it in your list is you have more than 200 subs, and it just starts cutting off the names that are further down the alphabet. If you made all your creations and they started with A, it would probably not happen, but then that's bad too. I wouldn't want to do that. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got for today. I haven't had a whole ton of work or time to work on more stuff. In the near future, probably on a video for tomorrow, I'm hoping. I want to build something for Reforged Eden, and something I could use on a Wednesday stream, and that would be for building like probably a tier 2 tank that is Reforged Eden capable. So I'll have to kind of learn the stats, and then I also, of course, want to see how that translates to the regular game. I like that. I mean, I totally like the idea of Reforged Eden and everything. It's and if things can be converted pretty easy between vanilla game and Reforged Eden, that's probably not so bad. But I also kind of fear the aspect. It's like, there's a lot of decisions to make when you're building stuff already, and it's like, well, do I want to make something just for Reforged Eden that only works for Reforged Eden, not the vanilla game, or vice versa? And that, so it's almost kind of like, if you're really going to do it right and try to cover both avenues, would be try to make like 2 different versions of everything. Everything that could be done at least. But I don't know. I'll know more about that when I really dive into it, and I haven't done it yet, so that's coming. As in release schedule, I'm behind. I did not get any of those SVs ready like I wanted to, nor did I get this ship to the stage where I want to release it yet. So I am behind on releases by a little bit. I'll get something out this week though. I'm not sure exactly what yet. Depends how much time I can put into this stuff and keep on working on it. I've kind of been focused a lot on what I've been doing on this ship. I like this ship. I want it to be the best it possibly can be, and it needs a lot more interior detail and things going on. And who knows, maybe I'll find some more things I could do to the body to it as well. Final size class on this one should be size class 7. As again, I'm not going to go over that, but it's getting dauntingly close right now, which is kind of scary. I'm at 741 after adding in the contents of that other room. I don't have much size class left. Lights shoot up size class very quickly. I did add some lights in here already. In fact, what does that look like? Oh, no, I guess I didn't add any lights in here. Not in this room at least. Darn it. Yeah. I don't think this is my last version either, because I removed this already. I decided that didn't need to be there. Well, anyway, I'm going to keep it size class 7, so it'll be compatible with most servers. I know size class 8 isn't that bad either, but higher the size class you go, the least amount of servers you'll be able to have your creations work on beyond size class 5. So that's how it goes. However, 7's really not a stretch. I feel fairly comfortable up to size class 10. Beyond size class 10, you're really restricting a ship on its usability on servers, on a lot of servers. Not all of them, but you know, but some. All right. Well, anyway, you all have yourselves a good day. I will see you later.